and welcome back to Rank Masters, where we are the masters of rankings, we're the critics of internet lists, we're some other third thing that I forgot about already. How are you today?
Are you talking to me or the audience?
Both. I want the audience to reply like this is an episode of Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, it's like, can you find the shark right now?
Can you find the random thing hidden in my background? Ooh, spicy. Those of you on audio, sorry, you don't get to participate, I guess. But hello, my name's Seth. I'm here with
Trace.
Trace, yes, hello. We're
sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's in your background that's supposed to be spicy. Is it Turnip Boy?
I didn't actually hide anything in my background. I was just saying that.
I was meant to say, I was like, Turnip Boy is the sexiest indie game character to come out in the last 5 years.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I have a plush of Turnip Boy from Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, and soon to be Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, the sequel game, which I'm excited for.
I'm assuming since he can commit tax evasion, he is an adult, so that's why like he's sexy.
Yeah, probably. They didn't give him a butthole though, so I feel like most indie games would put a butthole on their sexy characters.
Like this is a Hollow Knight reference, but like the brooding Moloch.
Oh my god, hot milf, hot milf, hot milf.
No, that's the Fluke Marm.
Yeah, you're right. Wait, who's the brooding Moloch?
The brooding Moloch canonically has a butthole.
Does it?
Yeah, it's the one that has, it like shoots stuff like up and it has like the mouth that's up and it
Oh,
jumps around.
Oh, okay, I remember that one now, yeah.
Yeah, and then when it jumps, you can see the butthole. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because it's sexy.
Yep, that's right. That means it's sexy. Good job. Speaking of Hollow Knight, okay, completely unrelated to the list that we're about to talk about today. Okay. Maybe we should go find a Hollow Knight list just for today, but no, we'll save that for another day. Did you hear that the whole shit that's happening with Unity? And the fact that Silksong is built in Unity?
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to... I am currently praying that Unity backtracks and was like, actually, it was all a prank.
They're going to be forced to. I guarantee publishers like Nintendo and Microsoft are pissed about this.
No?
No?
I mean, they're probably as money hungry as everyone else. They're probably like, how do we get on that? Yeah,
but here's the thing. They said that they're going to be charging publishers for free programs like Game Pass. That means they'll be charging Microsoft for any install from Game Pass. I'm like, that is a problem. That's Microsoft's going to be pissed about. I don't know. I generally, so much about that decision makes zero sense to me. So for those of you who aren't aware of the Unity situation, Unity recently announced that they're going to start charging developers a certain fee for every install of their game. After a certain threshold of install, so they said it won't impact indie developers, but it will impact anyone who uses their game in a mass scale.
Yeah,
and it's so weird.
Which includes indie developers.
It does include indie developers, yeah, because I think Hollow Knight would definitely surpass that. Celeste would probably surpass that. Yeah,
these are massive games, even though they're indie developed. Yeah. They're still widely beloved.
Yes. It's so weird to me that they chose to make that decision. And I could understand from a business perspective why they would do that if they had a monopoly on the market. There's plenty of other ways to make games besides Unity.
Yeah, I mean, Unity is a very popular one, and it makes perfect sense if the only goal you want is to make money.
I guess, but I feel
make money in a vacuum.
Make money in a vacuum. I guess that's true. Yeah, it's a very strange and bad decision on their part, and I'm part of me is like, are they just gonna delay Silksong so they can remake it in fucking Unreal or something stupid like that?
I sure fucking hope not.
They have no qualms with delaying the game, as you can tell.
I know, that's okay. For people who don't know this, Hollow Knight is one of my favorite games, and I've never even played it. Right?
It's so funny to me.
I literally, and I've been on a Hollow Knight kick again. I've literally watched through, I want to say at least 10, possibly more hours of Hollow Knight theories in the past, 3 days.
Yeah, because Mossbag uploaded a new video, right? And that sends you on the kick?
No, he didn't upload a new video. I
thought he did. I thought he did upload something recently.
Oh, no? Yeah, maybe he did upload something recently.
Maybe I'm crazy. Anyway, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, he uploaded the thing on the maps. That's what it was.
Yeah, the map
That is right. Nope, you're right. He did. He uploaded a new video, and it's like, I want to relearn everything about Hollow Knight again for the 15th time.
And that sent you down the path.
Yeah, and like I usually never rewatch content, but one of my favorite playthroughs is Playframe. By the way, shout out Playframe.
Shout out Playframe.
Their playthrough of Hollow Knight is one of my favorites, and it's literally like 46-hour-long episodes long, and I've watched through it possibly 3 or 4 times.
Is it like all just VODs? Is it unedited, or are they like long ass videos that are also really well edited? I'm curious.
No, it's pretty low editing.
Okay,
they're not VODs or anything, but it's pretty low editing. But it's just like nice chill vibes all the way through, and it's super easy to like put on and watch. Like
that's fair.
Playframe is a very unique, not unique, but a very different experience than you see from a lot of Let's Play channels, because it's usually calm. They're usually giving you a lot of the story and like the experience of playing the game, and I just like Playframe, I guess. Shout out Playframe.
I think I was hanging out with you when you showed me an episode of you showed me a Playframe video. It wasn't Hollow Knight, it was a little gator game. And yeah. I get it. They're very much like a comfort channel. They're very chill and like comfortable, and I like that. I like that vibe.
You may know them from New Frame Plus if you're like into game animation, because it's the same people who run the channel. Like they have a bigger channel that analyzes the animation in video games. So they have more subscribers on that channel. But they also have a Let's Play channel called Playframe.
Oh, nice.
It's very good. And it's very nice. And I enjoy it.
Heck yeah, we like that stuff. We like enjoying things.
It's almost like they have a superpower of creating nice, chill, Let's Play content.
Oh my god, the New Frame Plus, it's so weird. No, I'm going down the rabbit hole. Okay, so they have two videos from 2 months ago, a video from 7 months ago, and then all the rest are like a year or more. They upload 4 times a year. That's fascinating.
Playframe? No, that's not true.
No, New Frame Plus, their quote unquote main channel. I feel like Playframe's the new main channel, right?
I don't know. They a lot of times when they start something, they're like, "Oh, you may know us from New Frame Plus or something." I don't know. Like, I think New Frame Plus isn't as frequent as it used to be. It used to be a pretty big thing. Now it's smaller, but
I mean, I can't blame them if they want to enjoy the. I don't want to say lower effort stuff because that feels demeaning, but I mean, gameplay is legitimately lower effort than highly detailed video essays about frame like data and all that jazz. I get it.
Yeah. No, you're right. Like I also get it.
There's a reason I'm doing fucking gameplay videos again instead of my essay style.
Because it's lower effort, the lower barrier to entry.
It's lower barrier to entry, and also I'm bad at writing things. I'm very bad at writing things and talking about them.
You're not bad at writing things.
No.
I enjoy your essay content so much.
My writing is good. I'm bad at it. It is hard.
You're bad at starting it and getting it going.
It's a motivation issue. It's very hard. Like, legitimately, I had a video that I recorded a week ago, and it was a gameplay video. It wasn't even a video essay. I recorded it a week ago. I just sat down to start editing it today. Not because I haven't had time. I've had ample time to do it. I just cannot find the motivation to actually put effort into something for my own channel. If you hire me to do it for someone else's, I'll happily do it. I'll do it immediately. But, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
no,
hard.
I mean, I get that. And I've been not recently anymore. It's been quite a while. Diagnosed with ADHD.
Yeah.
And
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
You have the mental illness.
Yay!
But, I get that so much. Like, I've recently been struggling, and it got dark in here.
It did. Yeah, your camera got like very blue. I noticed. It's very interesting.
But
that's Kansas for you.
Kansas. But I forgot what I was going for.
Something ADHD recently diagnosed. Something about being productive. I talked about editing.
Oh, right. It's hard to start any kind of project. Like, I've wanted to start a music review type thing for how many years now? Never done it. Wanted to write a book for how many years now? Never done it. Wanted to start a podcast for so long. How many years now? Finally done it.
Yay! Hey, we did that now.
And it's only because you are the one who has taken on the responsibility of editing them and uploading them.
Hey, honestly, the editing I do is so fucking minimal. Like, I just throw it into Vegas. I look to see if the audio balance is decent, not even good. In case you haven't listened to our previous episodes, our audio balance is historically not the best because I'm not very good at that. But it's gotten worse recently. I'm trying to fix it for this one. I'll put slightly more effort into this episode. We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, I've somehow gotten louder, and you've somehow gotten more compressed. So
I think a part of the compression thing is just moving. Like, this environment isn't the same as it was when we started this podcast. Like, it, you know, that tends to happen. There might have been dust in my connections. You came up with that hypothesis.
I mean, that's what it sounded like. Like, I've heard what a mic sounds like when it's improperly connected, or that it feels like there's a blockage in the connection.
Yeah,
that's what it sounded like.
Fair. I did have to change a lot of my filters in OBS recently, though, and I changed those literally today before recording this. So the video I'm editing sounds bad, but hopefully all future videos and streams and this episode should sound.
Hopefully, it sounds good.
It should sound good. Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions or tips? Let us know in the comments.
How many audio engineers do we have listening to this? I know we have like one in my Discord server. I don't know if they listen to this podcast, but I know they listen to like my streams and stuff. They've offered to say like, "Hey, yeah, let me know. We could fix this." I'm like, I can't do it via Discord. This has to be done through OBS. Okay, OBS lets you use your virtual camera. So I could like any visual changes I make through OBS, I could stream to Discord, but it doesn't let you have like a virtual audio source. It doesn't count as an audio workspace. And I'm like, come on, that's bullshit. I should be able to output audio from Discord if I could from OBS. If I could put filters on it, I should be able to output audio, right? Right?
You'd think.
I don't think, actually. I've never thought in my life. Thinking is overrated.
All right.
So we're about 12 minutes into this episode. Haven't talked about the list yet, and this is a longer list.
Yeah, I mean, we should just do the top 10. I don't think we should do top 35.
We can skip to the top 10. Okay, so today's list, it's supposed to be the top 35 best superpowers, and I thought of this list like during the Naruto episode where I think this was just one of the random thoughts I had while in the midst of my stroke. But hey, am I wrong?
That was a good episode, all right?
It was a great episode.
So, friend and self-proclaimed #1 fan of the show, Kennick Fox.
Okay, we're just dropping the name, I guess. Hi.
I mean, my friend, you're in group chats with them, with me. So
I'd like to say we're friends now, too.
You know,
yeah.
Shout out. Hello. They actually started watching Naruto after that episode.
Aww.
And they are already in at Shippuden.
That means nothing to me still.
So yeah, that's after the 3-year time skip where everyone trains.
Okay.
But they just finished the first arc of Shippuden, and it's been like really like very funny. Like they will pretty much live tweet, but live message me like high tense sections of the episodes that they're watching. I'm like, this is great. It's so good to have someone's raw experience watching Naruto and being like, yep, we've been there, buddy.
I love getting friends involved in things like that because like it's a very exhilarating experience saying like, I've already enjoyed this and I now get to watch you go through that experience. I'm like, it's so relieving. It feels so good. It makes my heart go flutter.
Your heart go flutter? That's called
That's called what?
I can't even fucking remember what it's called, where your heartbeat is irregular, an arrhythmia.
That sounds similar to what that is, yeah. I don't know. Okay, there's so many fucking heart disorders that can happen. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like I love letting my friends experience things I have. It gives me arrhythmia.
It gives me a literal heart attack. If you live tweet me that you're currently watching, I don't know, fucking Adventure Time, I guess, or maybe watching the
Good Place.
The Good Place for me, absolutely. Good Place or Everything Everywhere All at Once. Holy shit, those two will. I will so freak out if I hear that you're watching those. Phenomenal pieces of media. You're shaking your head like you disagree with Everything Everywhere.
No, I like Everything Everywhere. I'm shaking my head as like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good movie.
That is very you.
Can you? It's very weird to think that two of the most influential multiverse movies of our time revolve around a bagel.
Well, I mean, there was like this theory that I heard on TikTok that was like, oh, we're just going to start using shorthand, bagel as a shorthand for multiverse theory in movies.
That would make sense.
But I don't know, like, I've never watched the second Into the Spider-Verse movie yet.
That's fair. I mean, the bagel part of it was still relevant in the first Into the Spider-Verse movie, you know?
I don't even remember that.
He throws a bagel at a professor's guy, and the onomatopoeia that's written on screen says bagel, and I just thought that was funny, and everyone else did too. And
cool.
Twitter blew up because it was still Twitter at the time. Twitter blew up when that happened.
It's still Twitter. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right. It is still Twitter. No one will ever call it X. Like, I thought recently about like the history of rebrands recently. And it's so crazy to see just like how
Angie's List.
They never fucking work. What the fuck is Angie's List? Hello?
Sorry. I listened to NPR, and that whoever the fuck Angie is has a chokehold on NPR. With like, so there used to be a place called Angie's List.
Okay.
Where you would go and you'd find like a plumber or someone to mow your lawn. Something they were like, you know, contract labor.
Yeah.
Usually for some type of work on your house. And it used to be called Angie's List, but now it's just Angie. Angie.com.
Angie.com? That's such a wild website name. Just imagine if I got Seth.com. Like, what the fuck?
Seth.com. So, like, literally, for some reason, my mind is plagued with Angie.com. Because, like, I think about it regularly more than I should. So her marketing's doing great, except when I decided I needed someone to mow my lawn because I didn't want to buy a lawnmower, I didn't go to Angie.com.
Oh.
I looked for someone local.
Okay. I mean, that's wise. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Always support local businesses and whatnot, you know?
Yeah. So, sorry, Angie, even though you have literally NPR by the balls, like, constantly talking about you, it's not working on me, at least.
Okay, so, genuine question, Trace. Is it bad that I don't actually know what NPR is? Like, I've heard the term, but...
Like, National Public Radio?
Yeah.
Actually, they don't go by that anymore because it's more than just radio. It's NPR.
See?
It's like FFA, but it's NPR.
Another shitty fucking rebrand. Oh my god. Yeah, so
that
FFA...
happened in like 2015, so you can't even call it like a general trend.
I mean, Google rebranded Alphabet back then. I think that was 2015-ish, right?
Well, they're it's not a rebrand. It's like their overarching company because they wanted to buy up more companies.
Yeah, but we still call them Google. We don't. Well, no one has ever in their life referred to the company as Alphabet. It's legally Alphabet, and I think they just did that to make sure that they get around fucking like monopoly laws. But
no, I think you don't read enough Wall Street Journal.
I mean, you are correct. I've never read Wall Street Journal. But I'm like, I saw that. I saw the Facebook doing the whole Meta thing. I'm like, no, we're not going to call it Meta. I play VR. I'm going to call it Oculus. I'm going to call the company Facebook. Like, no amount of propaganda is going to make me call them Meta. I'm not going to call Twitter X. It doesn't work. It never works.
Yeah, well, I mean... You know, but NPR, like, they rebranded as that because they're like, they make a lot more than just radio content now. They're also a online news source. So they're like, they don't want to be attached to the radio label. The same way that Future Farmers of America didn't want to be attached to the Farmers label. But the acronym had been so ubiquitously used with their business. They're like, we don't want to ditch the acronym. We just want to ditch what the acronym means.
Okay, gotcha. And are they, like... a legally distinct company from PBS? Because I feel like just based on the names of the acronyms, they do similar things. But PBS is more like TV.
They're both quote unquote publicly owned media.
Okay.
But yeah, PBS does TV, NPR does radio.
Gotcha.
But they're not owned by the same people.
That makes sense. Yeah. Oh my god, that reminds me. Okay, so this is going to be a weird tangent, in case the rest of this episode hasn't been.
Do you want me to explain to you how NPR works? Because I've been doing that a lot recently for some reason.
No, I don't. Now I'm thinking about PBS, and that reminds me. Trace, do you know what Dairy Queen did on 9/11?
Flew the second plane into the tower. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. So story time now. Every year around September 11th, around that time, Dairy Queen does a big ol' offer where they offer a small blizzard for 85 cents. And I think this year it started on 9/11, September 11th, and lasted till September 24th. So I think by the time this goes up, it'll still be active. If you want to go get a small blizzard for 85 cents, you're welcome to. But it's to celebrate their anniversary because they started on 1985. But I found it very funny that they're basically, it's a holiday to celebrate 9/11 with 85-cent blizzards. And the reason I remember this is because I went out with a friend to go get the 85-cent blizzards on 9/11. No, I didn't go smoosh.
Like on 2000 and like in 2001 9/11. Were you even born then?
This year.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, Trace. But
it's like, who are you smooching as a baby? Like,
I'm not smooching anyone as a baby. As a 23-year-old, I went out to celebrate 9/11 with an 85-cent blizzard with a friend. And while we were there at the Dairy Queen, they had PBS on the TV, and they were airing an episode of Wild Kratts.
Beautiful. I've met them. Did you know that? Not really.
You've met the Krat Brothers?
No, I met a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, you've met the Wild Kratts. Boom, done. Nailed it for sure. But it was so interesting because we got there like right as an episode was starting, and it was an episode about the food chain. And
the food train?
The food chain.
Like choo-choo?
Choo-choo. Yeah, sure, basically.
Okay.
The food chain. And the whole gimmick was the Krat Brothers. The gimmick of the Wild Kratts in general is that they have these suits that let them transform into any animal or living thing that they touch. And they were playing a little game where they started out as blades of grass, and then every time they got eaten by another animal, they would transform into that animal. Hear me out, Trace. Hear me out.
I was just saying, wow, transformation furries going off, and then I was like, wait a second, other furries going off right now, too.
You're following the same path that I followed.
Okay.
So, one of them gets trampled by an elephant, which is interesting.
Steppies.
One of them winds up getting, caught by a boa constrictor. Very, very interesting. And it just, the further the episode went on, the more I'm like, this episode in particular might have gave me at least half of my kinks. And the friend that I was getting a blizzard with looked straight at me at every single one of those instances and is like, Seth, this explains a lot about you. And I'm like, oh God, Wild Kratts is such a weird thing. It was a weird show, and it's so weird to think about just how children's media leads to adult fetishes.
I don't get it. Obviously, as a chaste human who has never had a kink in his life,
never in your life.
I don't understand. No, like. I remember Totally Spies and watching that and going back and watching it. That's full of kink material. I understand now.
Yeah.
I must have dodged a million bullets.
Really?
Yeah.
How many kinks that you don't have are in Totally Spies? What the fuck?
So many.
Really?
But in just children's media in general, a lot of the children's media that other people watch is like, oh yeah, this gave me kinks.
That's true. Yeah.
Do nothing for me, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of vor in children's media. There's a lot of macro micro type stuff, which is interesting. Oh, are you okay? Is everything okay?
Is there something? Never mind. Maybe I'm fucking hallucinating.
Is something wrong with my camera? Hello?
No, you're fine. I'm just going a little delulu, I guess.
We're all a little delulu. I mean, we're 25 minutes into the episode. I kind of wanted to see if I could, how long we could go without, thinking about the actual list.
Well, I tried to give you a setup really early on, and you just were like, "Nope, we're going to talk about Hollow Knight right now, baby."
I mean, you did give me a setup, and I went off the rails. And I think when I started talking about Wild Kratts, I'm like, okay, that's my route back to superpowers because their superpowers transformation. And then I didn't take it.
Then we kept on talking about transformation. Who's that guy? Baldwin? Huh? Like
I don't know.
The one Disney animator that interacts with furries all the time, John something.
I don't know the name of that person, but I know who you're talking about. There's like 3 people in my mind, and none of them work for Disney.
I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure they worked on Ralph Breaks the Internet or whatever.
Interesting. Okay. You know what? Let's Google this. Hi, Disney animator, who is also a furry. That's definitely gonna. Nope, that doesn't get me anything. Sean Keller?
No.
For their persona is Cheshire Cat, previously Uncle Buck. They're a freelance animator and also used to work at Disney. Okay. Chris Sanders.
I don't know. Anyway, it's not important right now.
It's not important. You're right.
It's not important to the story. But he is writing a book that like features transformation.
Okay.
And like in one of his promotional posts for it, he talked about how like they transform into the wolf or something. And like literally every single reply was like, transformation, you say? Ooh woo. Like you're about to attract a very specific type of furry. And then it's like, does the transformation involve blank, blank, blank? And like, so like, yep. All I'm saying, I guess wildcrats go off. You're giving the kink community its vital fertilizer for the future generation.
Oh, don't call it that. Don't call it
fertilizer?
that. I mean, yeah, I get.
Oh,
that's an accurate description, I guess. It's surprisingly common, I've noticed, for more and more people who are like notable names within children's media industry to like lean into the furry community and start like interacting with kinks and stuff. I don't know if you know who Sean Chiplock is.
I don't fucking know. No.
Sean Chiplock is the voice actor for Rivali in Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I've seen him around.
And I know people. He's been in the furry community for a while. I think he even has a Rivali fursuit and has gone to FurCons in it, which I think is really fascinating. But I know some people are like flipping out right now because he recently responded to some like extreme fat fetish art of Rivali. And he's like, I didn't say you should stop making me larger. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Let's go.
It's very funny. It's fascinating.
I mean, okay.
Go for it.
Not a kink that I have. I am just enabling. I just think it's funny.
What kink?
Fat fur art, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I sorry, I didn't realize you were talking about fat fur stuff. Yeah. So
yeah,
I thought you were saying that like to go on a tangent about a new kink.
No. I'm saying like the previous, like you would think by the way that I look and I am, I would be, but no, this is just my body.
I feel like a lot of fat people are so self-conscious about their size, and it makes them hard to like fetishize their own bodies.
Most
right?
of the fucking fat fur people that I meet, I'm sorry to anyone who's not a furry and they listen to this podcast. You choose to listen for a reason, all right? But
you've made it this far. You've listened to this many episodes. You know what you're getting into at this point.
Yeah, as I am and the way that I look, I attract a certain kind of people who like to be around me. And I've accepted that fact. Most of those people who enjoy fat fur art are like the skinniest little motherfuckers that I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's crazy. Yeah, I have a friend here in the city where I live whose Sona is commonly referred to as a bowling ball with how large they are. Just how large and round they are. And then I met him in person, and he's like a 6'5" twink. He like weighs 10 pounds almost. And I'm like, how the fuck does that happen?
Tall,
that is really, it is very tall. I think he also is. I think he's got a lot of things going on. No,
but he's probably a micro, because like normally it's the people who want to be small are the ones who are huge.
Yeah, I think you kind of long for what you don't have. Like tall people want to be small. Like short people imagine being huge. You know, it's kind of, it's a strange sensation. You know, like a lot of ABDL fans, people who like wear diapers and pretend to be kids and whatnot. They didn't have a good childhood. Yeah, that's true. They're very stressed. They didn't have a good childhood. Something along those lines. People long for what they don't have. I don't blame them. You know. Yeah.
And some people want to be a dog.
Some people want to be a dog. That is objectively true. We can't be dogs, so therefore We are dogs.
Therefore, we are dogs.
Therefore, I love it. I love it so much. All right. I feel like I've kept this going as long as I could. Is it time to actually talk about the list, Trace?
Yeah, do you want to fire off into the wind like a couple of these things on the list before we keep going?
Sure, yeah. So I thought of this idea because we were talking about superpowers on the Naruto episode, and I mentioned Marvel and DC characters that you didn't recognize that have those exact same powers. I'm like, okay, that's neat. And then CBR put together a list of the 35 most powerful, or not, I guess not most powerful, but best superpowers.
Yeah.
And now I was gonna go through all 35. That's not gonna happen anymore.
No. Like, we can barely get through a list of 15 most of the time without it feeling rushed.
Let's start at 1 and then work our way back to see how far we can go. Does that sound good?
No, I want to start at 10 and go up because then there's no suspense at what number 1 is. The point of a list podcast is so that there's suspense at what is number 1.
That's fair. Trace, genuine question. What if you could pick any superpower, what would it be? Just to have.
Damn. Transformation.
Same, honestly. Yeah. It's not even a fetish thing for me. I just like it would be very powerful.
No, I think it would just be cool to not be human.
True. I do agree with that.
That's all I care about.
That's fair. That's fair. I think it'd be fun to like transform into my persona like behind closed doors, but not like have a permanent transformation, you know? Like I don't want to be hunted down by the government. That would suck. That would suck.
I mean, what? What? I don't know where I was going with that.
If I could transform into a real like persona, I could just pretend that I'm a really, really detailed VTuber, and you know what? I'd pop off. I would go ham on X.
What did I say? Stop calling it that. Who was I talking to? I was like, I wish that I had transformation, like the ability to transform. Because then I would be a furry and start an OnlyFans, and that shit would pop off.
I feel like that's most furries, actually. I feel like genuinely that's a common sentiment.
Like, literally, like, it wouldn't look like me, so there would be a separation there.
Yeah.
But I'd make myself the most fuckable femboy twink. Like, and be like, all right, OnlyFans time.
You know what? Fair. That's fair. I don't blame them. All right. Finally, it's list time. We're 32 minutes. Good God. We get so distracted so easily. All right, number 10. Number 10 is invulnerability. It's the idea of no matter like what hits you, you won't take damage off of it. And they list off a number of characters that are invulnerable, like Luke Cage, Superman, Sentry, and stuff like that. I like Luke Cage in particular because it's specifically his skin who's invulnerable. Like
that's great for him.
You can poke him in the eye.
Luke Cage is.
Good show. Originally on Netflix, now on Disney Plus. It's Marvel, but you don't need to actually know anything about Marvel to watch it.
See, people say that to me all the time, but then I watch it and they'll make some reference to Endgame, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this was before the MCU was really like something people cared about. Like this was just a Marvel project that happened to be in the universe, but nobody gave a shit about like it was never involved in the movies in any way, shape, or form. If that makes sense. So
you're telling me that I'm never going to hear like a reference to Spider-Man or anything?
No, there are no references to Spider-Man and Luke Cage. There are no references to any. I think there might be like one small reference to Iron Man, and it's just like as a name, like they just say that one guy flying around in the sky or something like that. Really, Luke Cage is about like the politics of Harlem, and it also happens to feature one guy who has invincible skin. You know.
Would you say that there's new radicals in Harlem?
I don't know anything about real life Harlem politics. I know fantasy Harlem politics through the lens of Luke Cage, the TV show.
It's a song.
Why would I know music, Trace? Don't expect me to know music. Come on.
I think I did the wrong band anyway.
All right. Moving on. Okay,
new radicals are the people who perform You Get What You Give.
Okay.
Who the fuck sings Down in Harlem? I don't fucking know. I'm going to figure this out.
I have no clue. I mean, but while you're doing that, number 9 on the list, a very similar...
It's New Politics in Harlem. get it. It's New Politics. That's why I thought New Radicals. They're very similar names.
They are very similar names. I get it.
I'm smart, don't you see?
Yeah, we're very smart. You know, we're just smart in ways that most people don't consider smart.
Exactly.
All right, number 9, very similar to invulnerability, but it expresses itself differently. They have healing factors and regeneration. It's the ability to heal yourself from the brink of death.
Who's
You know?
Lobo? Sounds like he'd be hot.
Lobo is really hot, actually. Trace, you should look up Lobo. Genuinely look up Lobo right now. So they list 3 characters like Wolverine, Lobo, and Deadpool as examples for this. Wolverine and Deadpool, I understand. I don't remember Lobo having like a notable healing power as his thing. He's just a badass from outer space. He's a bounty hunter from outer space. He's basically a Star Wars character. But he's very, very strong. It's very difficult to beat him. He calls himself the main man. And because I don't remember the exact lore of it, but something along the lines of like he doesn't have a concept of gender. So he came up with his own slur to call both men and women. And I think that's interesting.
That's cool. He's not my type looking at him.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wouldn't be into him, but the fact that he made his own slur against people who are in the binary is hilarious.
No, he made his own slur against everyone because he doesn't care about a binary. And that's cool as hell.
Well, I mean,
he calls everyone a bastich.
Bastich.
Yeah, bastard and bitch. I love it. It's perfect.
It's beautiful. I mean, yeah, like against people in the binary. I'm saying because there are people whose gender identity do not fall within the binary.
That's true. Yeah, there are.
And they're fucking Lobo like they should be.
I love it. All right, time to move on. Number 8. Number 8, super speed, and I feel like this is I don't know if Madvocate ever listens to these. Probably not. But Madvocate has opinions on this.
What do you mean by that? So
super speed is always like downplayed in movies and TV. Like I don't know if you ever watched the TV show The Flash. It's considered one of like the best superhero shows of all time for some reason. It is fucking horrendous in my opinion because they make the main character incredibly overpowered, but also incredibly fucking stupid. Like every time he goes into a fight, it could be solved in an instant because the guy is about as fast as light. And when you can do that, when you can move and think as fast as light, you should be able to just stop any conflict with anything at any point in time. And the fact that they've made it 8 fucking seasons of conflict kind of implies that he's stupid as hell. He just runs it. I don't like it. I think it's very hard to balance a speedster. Because it's very powerful.
Oh, they go fast, go faster.
They go, yeah, exactly. Or just, yeah, it's.
Or shoot them before they run.
Well, what if they can react faster than the bullet? Oh,
Then point blank.
But what if they dodge?
Point blank bullet.
What if by running fast they also get the ability to heal fast?
That makes no sense. People who run fast do not heal faster.
I mean, you have to heal fast enough that the speed of the wind that you're running against doesn't hurt you. You have to run fast enough that if you...
Then that's a whole separate superpower.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah,
that's the one that we just talked about, not super speed.
That would really suck if you had exclusively super speed, but not like the ability to process speed. Like you just run fast, but you don't think any faster, so you have no control over like where you're going. You just trip on a rock and die because you just skid across the pavement. That would suck. That would be horrifying.
That would hurt.
That would hurt. Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I thought you were gonna say. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it hurts.
It hurts. It really hurts. All right. Number 7 on the list is reality warping, and I think this is a very...
Why is this so low? I feel like if you could warp the reality to be whatever you want...
Yes, I am inclined to agree. So one of the examples they give here is Mr. McSpittalick.
I'm sorry, tight. What the fuck?
This is your time now, Trace. You put me through Naruto. I'm putting you through Mr. McSpittalick.
What is he, a fucking squirrel or something?
No, he's actually a seventh dimension imp. And he's a true reality warper in the fact that he just comes into our reality and says fuck it and just fucks around with it and does random bullshit in order to try and just have fun. He's a silly little guy, and the only way to defeat him is to make him say his name backward. That has been consistent. He's never been defeated, he's just been tricked into saying Mr. McSpittalick backward.
How do you say it backwards?
I don't know! How do you make him say it? I don't know! He could just take away your mouth! You can't trick him if you can't engage!
One of the first thing that pops up when you look up Mr. McSpittalick, whatever the fuck you say his name, on Google Images is a DeviantArt Adam Sandler as Mr. McSpittalick.
I mean...
I'm sorry. Adam fucking Sandler.
He would do really well, actually. Knowing him, I think he'd be the perfect actor for it. I understand now why they did that.
So there was something a TikTok I was watching, and I was like, I'm going to show you an outfit, and you guys have to tell me if it's a butch lesbian or Adam Sandler.
Oh, that's perfect. Please send that TikTok to me if you can find it.
I don't know if I can find it, but it was like it was genuinely hard to do. It was a hard quiz.
That sounds fascinating. Oh my
God. There's this one image from like the 90s of Adam Sandler, and he looks so fucking slutty. Like he's wearing a crop top, and like he's got like a skinny little grabbable waist, and I'm like, you cannot convince me this man is straight in this photo. Like, it did not look like Adam Sandler to me. Like,
is Adam Sandler straight?
I think so.
For some reason, I was thinking he was bi.
If he is, he's the worst bi man in the world.
Yeah, probably.
The movies he makes are so grossly heterosexual that, like, I don't trust him with that label, I guess.
I typed in Adam Sandler LGBT, and the first thing is 14 homophobic moments from Adam Sandler movies. Okay. I don't think he's queer.
I support queer rights and queer wrongs, but sometimes we have to draw a line, and my line is Adam Sandler.
I think I could be wrong. I think he's not. I think he is straight. Yeah. Because the only pro LGBT stuff I'm seeing on here is from 2007. Everything else I'm seeing after that does not seem to be good. Okay, Trace, for those of you not watching, Trace is currently looking something up, and I'm currently contemplating whether or not I should cut this from the end product of the episode.
I looked up Adam Sandler with the sluttiest waist imaginable, and nothing came up. So
no! No! Well, there goes my evening. God damn it. I was gonna go get another 85-cent Blizzard and then
go kiss Adam Sandler.
Go kiss Adam
and
Sandler.
His slutty little
directly
waist
on his ass. Yeah.
Like
I'd make out with his booty hole.
God, don't say it like that.
Yeah, for some reason, just the word booty hole feels worse. It really does.
Like, I think you should cut this out now. I don't like that.
Too late. I'm leaving it in. You have no say. If you want to cut it out, you can edit it yourself, Seth. Seth? Trace. Hi, I'm Seth.
Oh, welcome back to Rank Masters.
Welcome back to Rank Masters. I'm
Coming
Trace.
In at number 6 is the superpower of flight.
Oh, really, Seth? What do you think about flight? What's unique about the flight power?
Well, they have notable users here: Superman, Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman, and the cool thing about Wonder Woman is she's a she.
So is Captain Marvel.
Not always.
Yeah, I think she is. Isn't she?
No.
Who are you thinking of? That's not.
What are you talking about?
Captain Marvel, the superhero.
Hmm.
The woman. I'm very perplexed now what you're thinking of. Are you thinking of Shazam?
Perplexed. I am also perplexed on what I'm thinking of.
Anyway.
No, yeah, Captain Marvel in some of the comics is a dude.
Who? I'm going to be honest, I haven't read many of the Captain Marvel comics, so I don't know that much about this character in particular. Everything I'm seeing... Oh, it's a name of several superheroes. Okay, appearing in American comic books. Most of these versions exist in the main universe, so it's not like some alternate universe shenanigans, as does tend to happen. Oh, okay. No, the first Captain Marvel, who was a man, his name was Marvel, and he just called Captain Marvel retroactively.
That's stupid. I remember that there was some like dude bros that were a little upset that they chose to do the woman Captain Marvel and not the man Captain Marvel. And that's how
most of them are women. Look, yeah, I'm looking through this list.
No, but they're misogynists.
They really are misogynist. The internet likes to be shitty sometimes. Isn't that how it is? Anyway, where would you fly if you had the power of flight, Trace? So I mean, Seth. I do know. Mm-hmm. Where would I know? Where would you?
Right into Gudra's loving arms.
Yep, you're right. You 100%. See, reality warping.
Reality warping. No, I would live
in Alphared's.
I would live. Go on.
In Alphared's fake Pokemon universe. Have you seen that video yet?
The too many types.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, I did. I watched it while I was working today.
That's such a good video.
It's a good video, I guess. Shout out Alpharad, like he needs it.
Yeah, true. Oh my god, yeah.
No, where would Trace fly? I mean, you probably know.
I don't
At this
know.
very moment, you know.
I forgot the names of people. Do you think I'm going to remember the names of places?
I would fly 2 people.
Oh, that makes sense now. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh!
Yeah.
On the
Makes
notes,
a lot of fucking sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
We had a conversation about this before the episode started.
Yeah, we did. Well, okay. To be more, I guess, open and not cryptic, as I guess, I'd probably use it just to save on airfare when I fly to furry conventions.
Yeah.
That would be a lot easier. Or I wouldn't have to drive to fucking, Dallas or Kansas City when I wanted to hang out with friends there.
Oh my god, speaking of, you want to go to TFF?
Literally, room block is open, girl. We gotta figure it out.
I know it's open. I have a room already.
You got a room already?
I'm rooming with someone else asked me to room, and I'm like, okay, I'll do that.
Fuck everyone.
No, later. That's at TFF. That's the plan. What do you think? Why do you think I'm going, Trace?
I guess you're right.
Yeah. We can discuss those if you're actually interested in coming. Number 5.
Okay, go ahead.
Chlorokinesis?
Ooh, talking to plants?
Yes. Well, controlling plants more specifically, but I guess sometimes talking with them. It says notable users Poison Ivy, Swamp Thing, and Groot. Those all have the same power, but very different ways. I don't think those are the same people, same power there.
I thought Poison Ivy's power was communism.
I mean, also communism. She's very much she's very much a communist for sure, and a lesbian, which I think is hype.
We love lesbian communists.
We love lesbian communists, and she's the best example of them. But I don't really have much to say about this.
Who are green. No, honestly, this would be a cool fucking superpower in my mind. Like, I want to like plants, but I have ADHD and forget to take care of my plants. These motherfuckers, they just sit there and go, will they need water? I'm like, oh, they need water.
Yeah. I hear them right now.
but every time I hear that, I think, oh, water. So every time I hear that, I'm normally checking it. And then when I check their water, I check their food. If a plant could scream at me, hey, I need water, maybe I could take care of it.
You just need Audrey too.
I just need Audrey
feed me,
too.
Seymour? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I need out of plants.
That's exactly
like
what
my cats every morning they come and meet me at my door and they meow and they run to their bowl and I'm like, oh, food bowl must be empty. So I go and I fill up the food bowl, and while I'm there, I'm like, oh, water's empty, fill up the water. So it's because these people remind me that I need to take care of them that I can. Plants don't do that.
Plants don't do that. They have no open line of communication, which is really sad.
I mean, people can be like, oh, they're wilting. If they're wilting, then you know you got to do something. It takes forever for them to get to the wilting point.
Yeah, if they're wilting, something's already gone wrong for a long time.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's just not good.
Yeah, I get it.
But I think I think this would be a cool superpower just because, like, I think back to watching Sky High.
True!
And
okay,
the love
yes,
interest
that was a good moment.
Like, that, she was such an icon in my mind when I was a kid. Like, that is, I was like, man, this is peak superpower right here, is what she has, and I think that's so cool.
That was really cool. I need to rewatch Sky High sometime. I've missed that show. That was such an iconic show.
Yeah,
Movie, not show.
Movie,
Why am I saying
yeah.
shows? Yeah. But I'm just like,
No.
you can give yourself chlorokinesis with transformation powers, or you can make plants talk with reality warping. Like, I don't know how this is more powerful. I guess it's not most powerful. It's best.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you had reality warping, you could just warp reality so that you have reality warping and chlorokinesis.
That's exactly my point. If you have transformation, you can transform into a version of Seth that has all the powers in the fucking world that you want. So I'm like, I feel like those are the two most powerful powers, you know? But I'm surprised it's as low as it is.
Whatever. I think it's cool. I think chlorokinesis would be cool. That's why when you were instantly like, oh, chlorokinesis, and I was like, is this the plant thing?
It's the one that you recognized immediately. That's how I know you're passionate about it. Are there any characters in Naruto with chlorokinesis, Seth?
No.
Damm. You should.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about Naruto because I'm Seth, apparently.
Damn, you should have paid more attention in the episode where I talked to you about Naruto for an hour.
No, as Trace, as the actual Naruto expert in the room right now.
Yeah.
Like a kinesis of any kind normally isn't a thing that Naruto people have.
That's fair.
Because, like, you can have like a jutsu that lets you control things kind of, or maybe even a Kekkei Genkai that lets you control things kind of, but it's not like the same kinesis that you would expect out of other superhero type material things.
Okay. Are there any that have like more talking with like animals or plants or something like that? Because I feel like that would be nope, nothing. Okay.
Nope.
Fair. That's sucks.
Not that I remember. It doesn't sound very Naruto either, so nope.
All right. Moving on. Number 4, they talk about gravity manipulation. And I'm going to be honest, the notable users that it gives here, one of them I don't know, and the other two, I don't think they have gravity manipulation. So I don't know what example they're giving here for this one.
Well, gravity manipulation, so this would be like a power of the Renegon, so this would be a Naruto.
So this is a Naruto. Okay, so tell me about the Naruto character with gravity manipulation. Because that sounds like kinesis to me.
Well, it's not a character specifically. I get like it's mostly associated with Nagato because he has the Renegon, but it's the Renegon eyes that give the power of gravity manipulation, because that's like Almighty Push is what it's called, an Almighty Pull.
Okay.
But Almighty Push is what he uses to destroy. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert for people watching Naruto right now and who also listen to this podcast.
Skip forward like 10 seconds.
Nagato uses Almighty Push to completely destroy Konoha. So.
Okay, now we will never reference that again. So for the one person we know who's currently watching Naruto and is actively a fan of the series.
Exactly. Looking out for you, buddy.
Assuming they actually skip forward the 10 seconds. Yeah, like they talk about like how you can control the relative gravity of objects, and I'm like, I don't think two of these characters do that. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck Graviton is. The example they're given here is MCU, and I'm like, I did not see whatever that is. Apparently, it wasn't relevant to my overall experience with it. But Zatanna, she's just a magician. She's just she's a stage performer. She goes on stage with a top hat and summons doves out of her hat.
Well,
I guess you can have gravity too.
I also summon the power of a black hole.
I guess you're right. You know what? She can theoretically do that.
Exactly. No. But who else was I going to say had like gravity manipulation? Gojo, Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yep.
His main power. Well, not one of his main powers is, all based off of gravity manipulation. So like, and people who don't know that, yeah, that's what he does when he creates his blue or red or purple. It is all gravity manipulation. Oh. And the way that his gravity manipulation works is he creates what is technically a negative number in the universe, which which only exist theoretically, right? They don't actually exist. So when a negative number is created, the universe is like, we need to fill that negative space.
Makes sense.
So it creates like an extreme gravity well that moves everything towards it, and that's his blue power.
Okay, that's neat. That's actually I like that conceptually, because is it creating like antimatter? Is that the real world equivalent of that?
No, it is literally just creating a negative number, like an actual negative number.
Okay, interesting.
Because it's based off of theoretical mathematics, like it's not something we can comprehend.
Well, I mean that as a concept is something that has been theorized in the real world to exist somewhere out there in the depths of space.
No,
yeah.
that does not exist.
Well, I mean, theoretical physicists say anything exists.
Well, so, like if you're thinking of like antimatter is just a matter that is counter to regular matter, something that stabilizes matter. It is not necessarily an actual negative.
No,
just anti.
I'm referring to, okay, so there's some theoretics that say empty space is actually a thing, and antimatter is the absence of even empty space, which, like, it's like a hole
that doesn't
in
make any
space-time
sense, 'cause
itself.
Antimatter is around us right now.
Yeah.
Antimatter doesn't exist outside. Like, antimatter is also right here with us in matter.
Oh my god, is it here with us in the room?
Yeah, antimatter is with us in the room right now.
Oh my
so
god.
Antimatter isn't the existence of no matter, isn't the absence of matter, it is the counter to matter.
I might be thinking of the wrong term.
Matter.
I might be thinking, it was anti-something, maybe not antimatter, I don't know.
It's like, the only thing I can think of is like black holes, because there's, in white holes, which is like a possibility of a rip, or like a gravity well of some kind, which is like the same idea of like, oh, it's trying to pull everything into a singular point, which is what Gojo is doing. I don't know. We don't have to get into fucking theoretical physics right now.
Hey, we've been on so many goddamn tangents this episode. I have no complaints with another one. But go for it.
Sorry, I went to the next one and I read it as cunnilingus. And I had like a little brain stutter moment, and I was like, what the fuck?
It's omnilingualism, so that's number 3 on the list. That is really funny to me that was your immediate...
I don't know, the O looked like a C, and like...
This font makes the O look like a C, I get it. This font does not look good at communicating the letter O specifically. I understand.
Well, I was like, I just glanced and I was like, cunnilingus. And I was like, you know what? Maybe it is a superpower for some.
Hell yeah, baby! Anyway, okay, so I'm kind of stun locked on that. I don't know how to continue from here, but omnilingualism.
Sorry. Yeah, tell me what that is. I'm assuming it's knowing every language imaginable. But
it's both knowing every language imaginable and having the ability to learn a new language almost immediately. And the examples they give here are kind of fascinating because it says Thor, Beta Ray Bill, and Cypher. And I see Bill Cypher right next to each other. I'm like, I guess he would also understand any language. That makes sense
probably.
To me. But completely irrelevant. Bill Cypher's not on this list in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't consider the omnilingualism to be the main power of Thor. But sure, yeah, I guess he knows that in the Marvel Universe. That's fine.
It comes in the form of allspeak, which comes as a sign and symptom of their godhood.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Beta Ray Bill?
Beta Ray Bill is just a random alien who winds up just by complete happenstance happening to be worthy enough to gain the power of Thor. So he picks up Mjolnir and beats the shit out of Thor with it because they're not like a villain. But Thor's just so happy that he can I found someone else who's worthy, that he winds up giving Beta Ray Bill his own Mjolnir, and that's pretty cool.
Has that happened in the movies yet?
No, Beta Ray Bill doesn't exist in the movies yet. People are hoping that he will. I'd be very surprised. You should actually look him up because I think his design's really cool.
I'm looking at him right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's hot, but I think he's cool. You know,
he is cool. He's very alien, which is nice.
Yeah, it's very like I think this is when Thor stopped being like mythology and more about like space adventures in the comics. Which sure, that's fine. It was a neat thing. Yeah, sure.
Where's Alpha Ray Bill?
You know what? I think that might be his dad.
Where's Gamma Ray Bill?
That's the Hulk.
You know, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I am technically right. All right, my favorite kind of right to be. Number 2 on the list, probability manipulation. This is just a lucky character. This is when someone has main character syndrome and they can't. I don't really know what else to say about.
Free.
What?
like glitter's raining on me.
Where did this
You're
come
like a
from?
shot
What?
of pure gold. It's Jesse J's Domino.
You saw that Domino was a character with his power and suddenly started thinking, ah, yes, I'm gonna sing a song now.
The song is called Domino. You know,
Fair enough, I guess.
rock my world until the sunlight. Make this dream the best I've ever known. Dirty dancing in the moonlight. Take me down like I'm a domino.
You're saying these lyrics plain like I'll recognize them.
I'm just more proud that I know the song Domino by Jesse J off the dome.
That is
like,
pretty impressive, yeah, you're right.
like that's a song that came out in like 2006. Like I don't know why it's in my brain. I just saw Domino and I started thinking of it.
It just is. Fair enough. But yeah, anyway.
Who is Domino?
Domino is a character from the movies, Deadpool 2, in the comics, just miscellaneous Marvel comics. She's a character who her whole gimmick is that she's very lucky, and as a result, everything just happens to work out for her. Like one time, she needs to escort some kids away from their rapist, and a bus happens to crash into the building that they're in. And they're like, yeah, let's use this. And it just, perfect happenstance, you know? We love luck. One time she gets flung from a moving vehicle and is almost guaranteed to die, and she lands on a giant inflatable tube man. Actually, I think it's a giant inflatable panda, but who cares? It's
a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man?
Yeah, basically. That's that thing. Yeah, exactly what you said. Word for word. I'm pretending that I said that. Thank you, Seth.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think luck is a silly superpower. It's mostly just writers acknowledging, hey, we can't kill these characters, so they're just gonna be alive, and then boom, you know,
they're just gonna be alive.
That's just it. We're gonna make things work out for them. Sure, they'll face conflict, but they'll get through it in the end. And the only way we can make that happen is if they just happen to be lucky. And you know what? If that's the route they take, so be it.
Honestly, that's kind of fun. I kind of like that trope. I've never actually read anything like this.
It is neat.
Or seen this. It's a kind of a fun trope that's like, oh, this seems impossible, but you know they're going to come out in the top anyway because they're just extraordinarily lucky.
I mean, so this list links to a YouTube video that shows a fight scene with her. If after this episode, I wouldn't say no to watching that video. I think that's a good example of how it can be used cinematically in a fun, unique way. I think if you want to see that be portrayed, that's a good clip. It's the Domino versus Cable fight for any of you listening, or I guess
Who's
watching.
Cable?
Time traveler from future, half cyborg, wants to kill a child.
I prefer satellite TV myself.
Yep, you're right. Fair enough. Good for you. Talking about PBS again, baby. Let's go.
No, PBS is cable.
It is?
Yes.
I'm stupid. I haven't had to watch TV in ages. Okay, give me a break. When was the last time you watched TV?
I also had to recently explain what cable was to someone. So
yeah,
if anyone didn't know, I was a journalism media major, so that's why I know these things.
Anywho, is it time to move on to the last one?
Sure, what's number 1?
Hydrokinesis.
Stupid.
It's control over fucking water.
Stupid.
If they put fucking Aquaman at number 1.
Stupid.
He's fucking Aquaman.
Yeah, who's fucking Aquaman?
No one! That's the point!
Everyone hates him.
Everyone hates him. No one wants to fuck him. He has to... I was gonna make a joke about him fucking dolphins, but I realized that's not
Jason
good taste.
Momoa Aquaman?
Yes. He's the current Aquaman.
Oh, everyone wants to fuck Aquaman.
Yeah, but like, no, not really.
You sure?
Jason Momoa's hot. He's the only hot Aquaman. Are you okay?
I think you're wrong, but okay.
In saying that Jason Momoa is the only hot Aquaman?
Jason Momoa is probably one of the hottest Aquaman.
Jason Momoa. I don't know how to end that joke. Meow.
Like Mama, like the song from Muse.
I was thinking Poker Face, but yeah.
The Muse song. Oh, I guess that also works.
Yeah.
That's Poker Face.
Pow. Yeah, all right.
Actually, did you know that the lyrics of that are fuck her face?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Let's look it
Are
up.
they actually?
Look it up right
Holy
now.
fuck.
Like explicit lyrics, poker face. Yeah. Because I want to. I mean, maybe this is just something in the recesses of my mind that I've just thought that isn't true.
You're absolutely right. It's poker face. Poker face.
There we go. Yeah.
That's. I never noticed that. I thought it was poker face both times. I guess there's a radio edit where they can't say the word fuck. They can't say the fuck word.
I'm assuming that it's poker face twice in the radio version, but yeah, because fuck it. Because you're thinking.
Now I want to know what the message is behind that.
The song is about fucking a man, but you're thinking about fucking a woman.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have to keep your poker face on.
Hell yeah. Honestly, like
queen. Bisexual ally. Not ally, bisexual actually.
Yeah, exactly. Pre 2010s, like, music was very queer, surprisingly. Like, pop music was very, like, I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It.
Thank you, Katy Perry and Lady Gaga for your work.
It's cool. That's neat. I like it. Hell yeah. Let's go, lesbians.
Let's go, lesbians.
The true number one superpower on this list is lesbianism. And with that, if you're a lesbian, you are...
I thought you were American.
If you're lesbian and you had the power to listen through this whole episode,
your power's cunnilingus.
All right, that's it for everyone. Good night, everybody. Good night, Tri-State area. Good night. Going to bed. I need a nap. This is I need an 85-cent blizzard from Dairy Queen.
If y'all made it through the 30 minutes of preamble, you struck gold here at the end.
Genuinely, you did. This was a phenomenal episode. Holy shit. I'm so proud of this one, despite actually in large part because of the first 30 minutes. Anyway, thank you all. Good night. I'm done. Bye.
Goodbye.